Hi guys, it's me again, Fit Nurse AJ. I am going to go ahead and reconstitute my HCG because I begin the injections tomorrow morning, early in the morning, so I don't want to be reconstituting in the morning. And so I'm just gonna talk to you and try and get the camera focused here so that you can see more of what I'm doing versus more of me. So again, I got my HCG at New Image Medical. You can go to newimagomedical.com. I learned about the site through HCG Chica, and actually going through her website, you get a discount. I'm just using some antibacterial hand sanitizer. I washed my hands before I got started. I kind of cleaned everything down with some Clorox bleach wipes so that the surface that I'm working with is cleaner. I don't want to really call it sterile because that's not really what it is, but as clean as possible. Here on the desk, I removed my sharps container. This is what it looks like. It has an opening for you to put your sharps in. You close it when it's full, and you take it to a place that you can drop your sharps off at. I'm not sure locally what that is for you. I know my hospital at the different medical centers for my hospital or my health plan has disposable garbage cans, I'll call it, where you can take your sharps in, like old medication and stuff. This is what the ketone strips look like inside of the box. This is what you test your urine with. I'm not sure if you've had a baby before, you may have had this done in the OB/GYN office, but it's just a little dipstick on the end. I don't know if it's really going to show up here, but there's a little pad on the end that you just pass through your urine. There should be instructions on your bottle that tell you how to interpret it. Please read them before you get started because you have to interpret them within a certain amount of time. This is just the alcohol pads. You can use alcohol in it if you want to buy a bottle of alcohol and use cotton pads or cotton balls or whatever. You can do that. Just as long as you clean the site that you're going to inject yourself at. It's more about friction and the letting it air dry. That's what kills the bacteria on the skin so that you don't get any kind of infection. And that's the things that I'll use to give myself the injection, or that's your accessories. From each item that you get comes in a pill container or pill bottle, and I just removed this, which is my Lipoline. I just removed it from the bottle. Okay, Lipoline. It is 1 milligram per mil, and there should be 10 mils total in this vial here, because you use 5 mils to reconstitute each vial of HCG. This is what my HCG looks like. Let's see if you can see that there. HCG injection, 5,000 units. And if I turn it this way, you can see that it is here at the bottom, just this round, and it's in like this powdered pressed form. And once you put the liquid into it is when it becomes a liquid, and the liquid is this Lipoline B12 combo here. Okay, so it has a little red top here. You're just going to flip that off there, and you'll see that it has a little round center, round rubber center, and that is where you're going to be pushing your needle through in order to reconstitute or inject the B12. The B12 also has a cap on it. It's blue. I'm not sure if they all come blue. You just flip that off. It also has the round rubber center in, and which is where you're going to pierce to put your needle in. I'm just going to open my alcohol pads, and you're going to clean each top of your alcohol, or each top vial with your alcohol pad. And again, friction and time is what's going to make sure that you're cleaning the bacteria, any kind of bacteria that may be on there. And I'll condense them down, of course, because okay, guys. So you clean them for 30 seconds, and while they're drying, I'm going to go ahead and open up my needle. And this is a 5 mil needle. When you take it out, and it tells you on the package, but you want to make sure that the needle is screwed on tightly, okay? Because they're not always on tightly. So you want to make sure that it's on there tightly, okay? And you just want to be careful when you're removing the top from it. This is the needle. You just sit that down, and you're going to pierce, hopefully you can see me, you're going to pierce the center of your B12. You don't want to get any air in there or anything like that. Upside down. And you're going to just draw up. Hopefully you can see this. You're going to draw up 5 mils. If you get air, you need to move your needle out some more. You're going to draw up 5 mils of your make sure I got 5 mils. There's a little bit of air in my needle, so I'm just going to reinsert and draw up some more. Okay, just want to make sure I have the 5 mils and not more, because there's a total of 10, and I'm going to use 5 this time and 5 for my next time. So I want to make sure that I have 5 mils. That's not really showing up that great, is it? You can see the 4 here, I think, and so the 5 is here. So you make sure you have the 5 mils, and then what you want to do is, when you take your needle and you put it into the bottle, you want to put it in at an angle, not straight down, because you don't want, it's vacuum sealed, and you don't want to put it in and have it damage your HCG, okay? So you want to make sure that it hits like the side. You want to put it at an angle so that it's hitting the side of the bottle. That's going to be really hard for me to show you here, but I'm just going to insert this at an angle, and as soon as it gets in, it's going in at an angle, and it drew it in by itself. It just sucked it in by itself, okay? Now, because I have a little bit of a little bit of the Lipoline mix still in here, I'm going to go ahead and try and put it back into my other container, because as I stated before, I don't want to have less than what I need for my next round of injections. And the only reason I know this is possible is because before I have had this happen, where I had less than the amount that I needed. So, okay. I'm just topping this back up, and that's going to go in my sharps container. Now this you don't have to worry about doing anything with the B12. I will put it in the refrigerator. Once you reconstitute the HCG, you will need to refrigerate it, okay guys? You're just going to gently turn it up and down, side to side, or you can roll it in your hands like this. You don't want to shake it. That will damage the agent with it. And make sure that all of that white that was on the bottom is now gone, and you now have a liquid. Okay, all right. The other thing that I'm going to do is take my pen, and I'm going to write today's date on here, because what's today? I think it's the 7th. You're going to write the day that you reconstituted on here, because it's only good for a certain number of days, and you kind of never know what may happen. You may get off track, you may skip days, which is not recommended at all, but I know that life happens. And so you don't want to try and guess what day you reconstituted this, okay? What day you mixed it together. You want to know what day that was so that you know when it's no longer any good. And know that when you get all of your supplies from New Image Medical, when you apply for it, they're going to ask you health questions. You're going to have to provide them with your lab work. If you can't get that from your regular doctor, just like their regular labs or routine labs, they aren't anything too unusual. So your physician, and I would highly recommend talking to your physician first. And I'm not telling you that your physician's going to say, oh yes, I recommend it, because what most physicians, as mine did, recommend is, losing weight with diet and exercise. And that's wonderful. And you definitely, losing weight is definitely a large part of diet, because I've heard plenty of people say in the weight loss industry, you can't outrun the fork or you can't outrun the plate. And it's true. No matter what you're doing, if you're doing this, even with the HCG injections, if you are not consuming or following the diet, it is not going to work for you. If you're trying to eat regular food, eat the same, and take these injections, nothing's going to happen for you. So a large part of it is what you consume, and the other part of that is what you burn. And that's, you can do exercise, lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, what you're doing, what physical activity you're doing. I'm not a big gym person, but I love being physically active. If that's bike riding or hiking or swimming or playing softball, or I like being around my friends and family and people and doing those kinds of things. So it's really hard for me to go in a gym and just do the same thing over and over. That doesn't mean I haven't done it. I've got plenty of workout videos, and they have worked for what I needed them for. And so sometimes if it's raining outside or I don't have a lot of time, I'll go to those. So I'm not putting anything down, everybody, like I said before, everybody has their own methods, or things that work for them. So, but that is reconstituting your HCG. And so now we're ready to start tomorrow. I am going to write the date on here. I am going to put it in my refrigerator. I'm also going to store my Lipoline B12 liquid back in here. And I am going to put it back in here. The nice travel pack that it came in, okay? And I'm going to store it there, and it will be fine. It does not have to be refrigerated. Only the HCG once you reconstitute it, okay, guys? All right, I'm at 10 minutes. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much. Hopefully it was helpful. Hopefully you're able to see it. I'll try and figure out how to cut the video so that it's not that long. And join me on my journey if you like. Alrighty, I'll talk to you next time, or see you in the morning.